Hello and welcome. My name is Phil Smith, and you should only be watching this webinar if you want to start a successful business from home. Now, in the bottom right, that's me in the sunglasses. That's actually on my wedding day in Mexico, and I'm holding a Corona there. And in the top right, that's the Shark Tank crew. And I've had the luxury of actually meeting Damon John, Kevin Harrington, and talking to Barbara Corcoran's people. But what happened was I ended up partnering with Kevin Harrington. He is my business partner in this business, and it's been that to myself was an amazing accomplishment for my own career. But if you don't know much about Kevin, he's generated over $5 billion. That's with a B in sales in his career. He's actually the inventor of the infomercial. He's obviously one of the original sharks on Shark Tank, and he's helped 20 companies reach $100 million in revenue. Now, that's an amazing feat for anybody. He's also worth over $400 million. Listen, he's somebody who's had an amazing career, and for myself, obviously, I'm learning from him. And what I am doing is now I'm taking the Kevin Harrington brand, and I'm essentially providing it to you as well, so you can learn from him. So me, obviously, I haven't generated nearly as much revenue as Kevin in his career, but I've generated $8 million in revenue since pretty much the end of 14, going into 2015, all working from home, all as a one employee business. And I did make the Inc. 5000 list of fastest growing private companies in the United States, which is an amazing accomplishment. Now that I went to the Inc. 5000 conference, I met people, I understand what it's about, who's involved. I mean, they had a gala that was amazing, and that after the event, that's when I realized on what it was about. So most people don't, may not even know the Inc. 5000 exists and what it's about. But I have to say, the fact that I'm part of it, really should mean a lot to you. I just accomplished a lot, and I'm here to help you. Now I'm taking my knowledge, my experience, and I'm providing it to people so they can take it, apply it to their own business, and obviously, become successful for themselves. So if you're that person and that's your goals, then obviously I can help you because I've been there and I've done it. I've also built and sold 3 companies in my career as a whole. I've been started my first business back in 1998. So obviously over 20 years now I've been doing this. And realistically, like I tell everybody, anybody can become successful. Anybody can achieve whatever they want in their life, in their career. It all comes down to how bad do you want it. If you want it bad enough, then you will get it. And you can apply that to people who work out or want to lose weight or become a weightlifter or, run a marathon, right? If you want it bad enough, you will succeed at that. If you don't want it bad enough, then guess what? You're going to quit or make an excuse on why you shouldn't do it. Okay, so at the end of this webinar, you can schedule a call, okay? Or you can call us to speak to a training coordinator. All right, your choice. So now what I want you to do is I want you to pick up your cell phone. I want you to text PFS info. That's PFSINFO to the number 555-888, and you'll get a link back to the Facebook group so you can ask additional questions. Now, of course, don't leave this webinar to go to the Facebook group. Just do that now so you have the links for later. Okay? It's a lot of information we're going to go over, and I just want to make sure you have the information. Again, it's on the bottom here, just in case you didn't have time to get it on the previous page. Text PFS INFO to 555-888. Do that now so you can have the information, to take, so you can learn some more beyond this webinar. Now, this video is actually from Kevin Harrington, so hold on and watch this.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, original shark from the hit TV show Shark Tank. I'm also the inventor of the infomercial, and I've launched over 500 products, resulting in over $5 billion in global sales. I have a question. Do you want to start a business, but maybe you're a little bit nervous or you're just looking for the right opportunity? Well, we're creating a community to help you get past these fears by providing you with unlimited support. Plus, we have an amazing opportunity to help you start your own business. If you want to go on more vacations, spend more time with the family, and be able to do what you want when you want, then we can help. We have an amazing community of like-minded people that are all working together to help each other build a business from home. We also have an educational course that will show you exactly how to start your own company, where you can provide the 4 most profitable services as a business consultant. You'll be learning from myself, my partner Phil Smith, and the thousands of people that are currently in our community. So watch our free training video, and at the end of the video, you can schedule a call with us so we can answer your specific questions and get you on your way to achieve your financial goals. Thank you.
Okay, so, as Kevin said, the biggest thing that I always get from that video when I watch it is the unlimited support. People typically don't buy a course and just become successful just by watching a course or, reading a book, right? It's all about the ongoing support that you receive from people that have been there. That's why people work with mentors or, anybody goes to school, right? You work with professors, whatever. It's all ongoing knowledge that you're going to receive. And that's the number one thing, the number one reason why people are successful with our community or our group, because of that unlimited support forever. Ask questions daily. We have a private Facebook group that you can get access to after you join. And there's always conversations going on. There's just so much knowledge being transferred on a daily basis to everybody who's involved. So that really is the number one reason why you will be successful in any business you do. This is not just about me, Kevin, or anybody else doing just this. It's all about you, okay? You will be successful as long as you put yourself around people that you want to be like and people that will help you, okay? So just understand that. Now, as seen on Forbes, Fox News, the Inc. 5000, all this good stuff, we've been on. Now, I'm going to play one more video. And this video is Kevin's sizzle reel. It's just, again, when you put yourself around people that have been very successful, like I said, the littlest piece of information can help you really take your business to the next level. So I really want you to see this because this kind of gives you a little insight on how successful Kevin's been and how he can easily help you, grow your business.
Meet Kevin Harrington.
With over 500 products launched and generating over $5 billion in product sales in over 100 countries, Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, as seen on TV Pioneer and original shark on the Emmy Award-winning TV show Shark Tank. Kevin creates massive brands by combining great products with superstar talent like Kim Kardashian, 50 Cent, Kathy and Paris Hilton, Kris Jenner, CeeLo Green, George Foreman, Montel Williams, Jack LaLanne, Flo Rida, Hulk Hogan, Billy Mays, Paula Abdul, and Tony Little.
My brand now is worth over $3 billion. So my advice to everybody, if you even have an idea, you'd want to go to Kevin Harrington.
Kevin has been featured on 2020, CNN, Fox Business, Bloomberg, Jim Cramer's The Street, MTV, Good Morning America, the CBS Morning News, The Today Show, The View, and The Daily Double on Jeopardy!
Now the last clue, back to the Shark Tank.
I'm Kevin Harrington.
A renowned speaker, Kevin has appeared on stage for organizations like AT&T, Microsoft, United States Postal Service, Humana, 3M, FedEx, Auburn University, Harvard, and MIT.
And so, when I say unique, I mean unique enough such that there's nothing else in the marketplace that does the exact same thing. And I said, there we go, Jack. That is Jack's IPU. Every single infomercial I've done, over 500, within 6 seconds, I'm teasing you with something. We took that show and we filled Channel 30, but there was Channel 30 in every single local market all around the United States. And we went into all the different countries everywhere in the world. And so we took the Ginsu knife, dubbed it into 20 languages, into 100+ countries. How many of you maybe someday want to raise some money? Let me see a show of hands. And, get some investors. You think you need a good pitch? Absolutely. Why do you need a perfect pitch? Well, you might want to get yourself on a TV show. I can show you how to do that, but you got to have a good pitch. Why he calls himself Mr. Wonderful? Because nobody else will. All right, so, and that's for sure, right? Overnight, my business changed because Arnold said to me, Kevin, how would you like to take this all around the world?
Thank you. Hi.
Kevin has authored several books, including Act Now, How I Turned Ideas into Million-Dollar Products, and the bestseller, How to Become a Key Person of Influence.
Kevin is a pioneer of the direct response industry and has risen to nearly iconic status over the years.
Kevin helped to found EO, the Entrepreneurs Organization, and ERA, the Electronic Retailing Association, receiving their Lifetime Achievement Award. An entrepreneur for over 40 years, Kevin has built 20 businesses to over $100 million each. That's why he's the original shark from Shark Tank, the billion-dollar man, Kevin Harrington.
Okay, so obviously that's a sizzle reel. Now, it's easy to look at that and say, wow, that's so far beyond what I think I'll ever achieve in my career. That's what I say. And you may think that, oh, well, he's so far above me that, I can't learn anything from him. That's where people are wrong. They get intimidated, right, from other people's success. That can happen. But realistically, all you need to do is learn, right? Whether you read their book or talk to them in person or, watch a video, whatever. It's all about just learning. So, all I've done with this business, what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to build value. That's all I want to do is I want to give everyone value in terms of just, listen, the amount of money I charge to access my courses and to access me and actually access Kevin, it's a very, very small amount of money for what you get. And I like to overvalue everything that I've ever sold, and that's every business I've ever done in my life. That's just how I've always been. So right now, tell you a quick story real quick about, I wanted to get interviewed on Forbes, have someone write an article about me. And essentially they interviewed me, but they said they couldn't get it, on Forbes. So what do most people do? They kind of give up and they say, oh, it can't happen. They move on to something else or whatever, right? Typically people don't, go through the wall that's put in front of them. They don't take that no and turn it into a yes, right? A lot of people do that. So when someone told me, hey, I can't get you on Forbes, you know what I did? I became a Forbes contributor. I said, screw that, man. I'm going to just go around this person and I'll figure it out. So right here is one of articles I've written on Forbes, 4 steps to launch a scalable e-learning business. You can see my name right here, CEO of my site, and this is the article. All right. Then I got another one, 4 steps to create a scalable lead generation business. Again, me right there. Okay, then this is on Inc.com. So I said, well, why stop at Forbes? Now I'm on Inc. too. This is, again, by me, and this is the article. So all this is online. You can certainly watch it. So, certainly go find it and read it. But I'm just showing that because, that's a big part of being in business and big part of doing things is because, when you're successful, typically everything's not going to, be perfect every day. That's why we're here to help you get past those road bumps, right? Break down any walls that are in front of you. Now, we're going to make it as easy as possible for you, right? I mean, we did all this stuff. We made all the mistakes, and we're just going to hand you this stuff on a silver platter. This is my Inc. 5000 profile. Again, my company. I made the growth of 633%, all this stuff. So, again, I'm just showing you that this is all real. I'm not making this stuff up. So I practice what I preach. I tell people, hey, you should really learn from people who have done this before and stuff like that. This is, I joined War Room last year, War Room Mastermind. It costs $40,000 to join per year. I mean, listen, I'm spending $40,000 per year to be part of War Room and another $30,000 in travel. Then I got to do, Frank Kern. You know who Frank Kern is. If you know anything about this industry, you know who Frank Kern is. He charges $10,000 per month for his services. I do other conferences, another $30,000. I do Affiliate Summit, Leads Con, Traffic and Conversion Summit, been to Money 2020, debanked. I paid for Ty Lopez, Damon John, Frank Kearns in a circle, Lewis Howes in a circle, Billie Jean, and there's even more. So pretty much around $220,000 per year. If you add all this up, that's what I would be investing on my own. That's a lot of money. But what am I doing? I'm learning. Learn as much as I can. But you know what? For you, I understand that most people can't afford that. I get it. So you don't have to. I'm taking everything I learn, and I'm just providing it to you on a silver platter. For at the end of the day, this is all a one-time fee. So, War Room Mastermind, if you don't know about it, it's actually pretty cool. You need to generate over $1 million in revenue to join. It's elite marketers only, pretty much, that are involved. So you need to be interviewed to join. They only accept a finite amount of new members. They have events held worldwide. War Room Mastermind's their site. It's a great event. And like I said, it's $40,000 is what I paid. So Frank Kern is, again, a great great inspiration. I mean, this guy's done a lot, you know, grew from nothing, of course. And when I talked to him the first time, I explained what I was doing. And what he told me was, listen, Phil, he goes, if you provide your clients with results, you will guarantee your success. Now, what he was saying to me is he was asking me, what courses are you doing? And when I explained the courses that I'm putting together, and he basically looked at him and said, wow, you know, you're doing a really good job because all the things that companies need to be successful, you're providing as a course. So what I mean by that is this, you know, most people, when they go out there, they usually sell advice. You know, consultants or usually companies, a lot of advice is being sold. That's it. It's just, you know, let me tell you what to do. But what you really need to do is you need to provide results for your clients, okay? Or any business that you work with, you need to provide results. That's when you're going to make money. So at the end of the day, when you deal with a business, they're going to need one or all of these three things. They're going to need more money, they're going to need more leads, or they're going to need more customers, right? Those are the top three things any business needs. If it's a restaurant, they need more customers. If it's a retail stop, they need more customers. If it's an insurance company, they probably need more leads, which will turn into more customers. You know, every lead and every customer turns into money, right? So it all just works together. Just want you to understand that. So in all my courses, this is what I teach you to provide, one of these things. So it's really important to understand because I've done a lot of research. I put a lot of time behind this stuff. And if you work with me, you're going to be providing stuff that people need. Okay, I should say businesses need. So why start your own business? Okay, let's start there. So, well, if you like the vacation lifestyle, that's the number one reason why I do it. I can do what I want when I want. You know, don't want to tell me what to do. But last year, I went on 72 days of vacation. 72 days. Just think about that. Most people are lucky if they go on 5 days of vacation, right? Now, I want you to understand also 57 million people are in the gig economy. Now, you might be like, what's a gig economy? If you're not sure, here's an article from Forbes. No, this isn't an article I wrote, okay? Just want you to understand. So 57 million U.S. workers are part of the gig economy. These are people basically trying to make money on the side because guess what? They can't afford to live on their current salary. There's two parents working, right? We live in a different society today. So everyone's trying to do something different or make money on the side. Now you can go in Uber and Lyft and do all this driving stuff, which you ask me is crazy because the amount of money you're going to make is very, very small, you know, compared to what you can make online building, you know, more of an automated business. And there's freelancers and stuff. All this stuff is good. There's nothing wrong with any of this. It's just that I believe that you want to build a business that's scalable, business that you can make, you know, unlimited amount of money. You can't make an unlimited amount of money driving Uber, right? You're going to make a finite amount of money. So that's the difference between doing the an internet-based business working from home, you know, versus stuff like that. Now, I always say I'd rather work 10 times harder for myself than someone else. A friend of mine came up to me and said, hey, I got, you know, in between jobs, and someone offered me a job at 65,000 a year, but, you know, it's really not that, you know, enough that I need to live. You know, he needs to make more than that. You know, we live in New York, so everything's more money here. So he asked me, he's like, what should I do? I'm like, listen, you know, you need to go work for yourself. You know, you say you want to do it, you just need to do it. Now, listen, it's better to have a job, man, and, you know, have a job and do it on the side and build it. But realistically, you need to work for yourself. And that's really the key here. So that's what I teach everybody how to do. Now, if you want to spend more time with your family, freedom to do what you want when you want, work from anywhere, you know, work part-time or full-time, that's why you do this. If this is the stuff that you want, okay, then you do this business. A couple more things I want to show you real quick. Here is a video that I did with the Ronald McDonald House. Obviously, they're a huge charity. And, you know, for me today, it's all about giving back. Obviously, I want to help as many people as possible, like I do with this business itself. And I made this quick video. Just play for it. I am very excited to announce a partnership with the Ronald McDonald House on Long Island. I am with Matt Campo, who runs the house. So for me personally, I've always wanted to give back and to be able to work with a large national charity like the Ronald McDonald House. So I'm not going to force you to watch the whole thing, but you know, I just want to show you that that was a cool thing I'm doing, and this is my first time ever on TV.
With us now is Phil Smith, and he is an entrepreneur, and he has sold many companies. He's built many companies. He's just like one cool guy, and I wanted to have him on because his next concept is amazing, and I think it might be helpful to you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Man, I didn't even know how to introduce you or what to say about you, except that you're awesome. You have a company now that you forged on your own, basically because you wanted to work in your pajamas.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Okay.
So since 2006, I've been on a mission to work from home.
All right, so again, you can watch that on your own time. That was my first time on TV. That was my first time on TV. I was so nervous doing this interview. If you actually watch it, you'll see my hands never move off my knees. It's absolutely hysterical. And, you know, I always say get out of your comfort zone. You have to get out of your comfort zone in order to grow in your career, in life in general. So I've done a lot of things since I started this business that I typically don't do, right? I don't like to make a lot of videos of myself. I don't want to be known, even though I get recognized now at conferences I've been to, which is scary to me. There's a lot of things that, you know, I'm doing that I just really just would never thought in a million years I'd ever do. But you know what? We all have to take our lives and our careers to the next level, and sometimes that requires us to learn new things or do things that we're typically not that comfortable with, because eventually you will get comfortable. Eventually it does become easier, and you know, and that's I've done that now, and I see it. And it is what it is, right? If you want to advance yourself, you're going to have to do it. Here's an article that somebody did on me: the case of the $2 million and counting stay-at-home dad. This is by Gregory Zeller's, website, a news site, and they just interviewed me and whatnot, and a little bit about my story. So I just want to show you a couple more videos and stuff. I have a ton of content. Obviously, I can't dump it all on you in this webinar, clearly, but you know, it's all out there. It's on my site. It's Facebook group, whatever, and that's it. So the next thing I'm going to go over is a Facebook group. Actually, let me show you one last video with Damon John.
What's up to my favorite shark, Kevin Harrington? Congratulations on your ERA Lifetime Achievement Award. I think you've done so much for the industry. More importantly, you've done so much for me in teaching me how to make a couple of dollars in the DRTV infomercial space. You will always be my favorite shark, and congratulations again on your ERA Lifetime Achievement Award.
So that's pretty cool. The reason why is, you know, you want to work with people that not only are great in their own industry and do what they do best, but you also want to work with people that have a lot of respect from others, you know, their colleagues and stuff, right? Because that shows a lot about that individual, the character, etc. You know, this is really important when you want to start a business, and you want to work with the right people, and that's what this is all about. All right, I have a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group. It's only for people who have already joined. So almost 3,000 people in the Facebook group. They communicate every day, you know, trying to help each other out. But if you want to communicate with like-minded people, all going on the same journey, you know, you want to see others' success and learn from them, right? There's people in there that are making or generating, you know, tens of thousands, or they're doing all sorts of, you know, businesses. And, you know, it's just amazing that I built this thing from scratch, and I see this community just building and growing. And, you know, people are just working with each other and helping each other. It's just the coolest thing in the world. So, you know, additional training, you know, for myself and Kevin. There's a lot of stuff, you know, that you'll be able to learn from the Facebook group. Okay. So that's a big part of this. Like I said, the unlimited support, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, the unlimited support and helping each other out. Okay. Because it's not like you're going to go, we're going to tell you, go watch a video, go figure it out. We're going to help you every step of the way. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to go into is the actual course itself. Let's discuss becoming a business loan broker. If you're not familiar with this space, there is huge demand for loans. You can ask pretty much any business owner out there if they need money for their business for whatever reason, and they will say yes. At least the majority of them will say yes. It's going to be very hard to find somebody that says, nah, I'm good, don't really need any money right now. Most businesses do need loans. So there's huge demand. The commission that you can make for the alternative lending space, which I'll go into in a minute, is up to 18% per loan. So that means that if you get someone a $50,000 loan, you'll make up to $9,000 in commission. That's $9,000 in your pocket. Now, I'm not saying that you're gonna make that on every single loan you do. I'm just saying that's up to 18%. So if you do a $100,000 loan, well, guess what? You're gonna make $18,000 in commission, and so on. So there's over 30 million businesses in the United States. Not every single one, obviously, is going to need money, but most of them will. At least 10 plus million businesses will need a loan. On average, companies get about 3 loans per year in this space because they're short-term loans. It's not, most loans that you're going to do are going to be short-term, so they're not going to be like 5 or 10 year loans. It's going to be, less than a year, let's just say, or less than 6 months on average. It's a great residual income because what's going to happen is you're going to build a book of business. What does that mean? It means every time you get a business a loan, now you have the ability to get them another loan. And not only do you have the ability to get them another loan, but most likely the next loan that they get is going to be even for more money because they're going to pay back the current one and you get them a second one. So that's your book of business. That's your residual income. There's people I know that are pretty big in this space, and they're making hundreds of thousands, potentially millions a year, just on the residual income that they get from this. But of course, in your case, you got to start small and grow as you can. But just so you understand, the possibility is there as long as you're willing to do the work. So here's the reasons why I love this business. I started doing this business back in 2014, and I started doing well pretty quickly. And the main reason why was because for me, I'm really good at generating leads, and that's what I teach people how to do here. So again, you can make up to 18% commission per deal, so it's massive profits. You can work as much as you want, part-time or full-time, totally up to you. You can work from anywhere. So if you're in the United States, outside the United States, you're on vacation in Aruba, wherever you want to go, it doesn't matter where you are, you can do this business. Again, the recurring income after a business pays back their loan, about 70% get another. Businesses get on average about 3 loans per year, so you get commission every single time. There's unlimited income potential. Right? There's no limit to how much money you can make doing this business, completely up to you. Millions of businesses need loans, and there's no money required to get the business off the ground. So what do I mean by that? I mean that once you're learning the business and you're part of my e-learning courses, to get the business off the ground, you do not have to spend money. No one's telling you have to go do paid marketing. No one's telling you that you have to go hire employees. You can literally get leads for free. There's free marketing strategies that we show you how to do. And all you need to do is just put yourself in front of business owners. That's it. So unless you want to spend money, like maybe set up a website or something like that, sure. If you want to do paid marketing, sure. There's money to be spent if you want to. But we're not going to force you to spend any money, just so you understand. The approval rate, once you get to the point where you have a business owner, they fit the filters, right? They have a business that does enough revenue in order to get a loan. Once you get to that point and you talk to the business owner, you understand their needs, the approval rate is very high, okay? Some say it's about 90% once you get to that point because it's it's not a very strict industry. So what does that mean? It's not like you're walking into a bank and they ask you for 15 pages of documents and they look up everything, even what's your of course your credit score matters and how much profit are you making, how much money do you have in bank, do you own a house, do you own a car. There's a lot of stuff for this type of loan. It's a lot simpler. They just look at the business. Does the business make enough money to pay back a loan? That's it. They don't really care too much about credit in this case. They don't care about collateral. They don't care if you own a house or not. All that stuff doesn't matter because there's no personal guarantee attached to it. Where if you go to a traditional bank, there's more personal guarantees attached. They want to know what else do you own, right? In this case, there is none of that. So it's literally just looking at the business. And you don't need a license to do this. Okay, so you don't need any type of Series 7 or any type of crazy, degree or license. Anybody can start this business up at any point in time. So What I'm mainly talking about right now is called merchant cash advance, which is part of the alternative lending industry. This is the most popular loan type. Now there are other loan types you can do, but I'll get to that in a second. But this is just the most popular one because it's the most profit that you're going to make. So these are short-term, high-interest loans. So the lenders are taking a huge risk of giving these loans out. So now they obviously have to charge higher interest rates, but that means that, again, you can make up to 18% per deal because of this. So, and just so you understand, it's not like a lot of people say, oh, well, do these people, do these companies even take these loans because they're like that? Of course they do. They do it because they need the money and no one else is giving them the money. This industry has exploded over the last 10 years since the crash of '08, and it's an industry that's kind of turned into like it was a niche, market, and now it's like a full grown, like adult now, I guess you can say. I've read some articles that kind of use that language. And what's happening now is the lenders are smarter. The lenders are doing a better job at helping these businesses grow and getting them the funding that they need. And it's turned to more mainstream. You have companies like PayPal that are providing similar services, American Express, a lot of companies, even Staples for a while got into this industry. So a lot of big players, big brands in the financial space has jumped into this market because it's a legitimate market now. Back in the day, 10 years ago, people looked at it a little different, but nowadays, there's a lot of banks, a lot of large companies getting involved one way or another. Okay, so it's definitely a good market to get into today. The minimum revenue required, out of all the companies I've ever met, the lowest number I've ever seen was $3,500 a month in revenue. That's the minimum where they'll work with that business and try to get them some funding. Okay, so you really don't need to make that much money to get some funding. Okay, now of course, the more money a company makes, the more money they can get, and obviously the more money you can get. But hey, never turn down any deal, because you never know, that company can go from $4,000 a month of revenue to $400,000 a month of revenue in a very short time. You never know, and if you're their person that's helping them, then they're going to go to you, to help them down the road when they're making more money. They can get bigger loans, and then you make more commission. So the joke in the industry over the 4 years or so that I've been part of it was, does the business owner have a pulse? Then they're going to get approved. So it's very known that it's very much simpler to get the funding, much simpler to get approvals, as long as they fit the short filter list that it takes to get approved. So now overall, there's actually like 10 loan products that everyone kind of does. There's even more technically, but if you want to talk about 10 loan products, you have startup funding. That means it's a startup company, and that typically does that. That's not, alternative lending now, just so you understand. These are all the different loan products. So startup funding, there are lenders that we know that will give someone a startup loan, if they have decent credit, like in the 600 range, which is great, because now you can get someone funding that doesn't even own a business. They're just starting up and they just have some decent personal credit. Now you can get that person funding. You can go the personal loan route. You're not going to make as much money in the personal loan route, but again, you might as well take the money if it's in front of you. You have retirement funding, securities-based financing, SBA loans, which are starting to get higher approval rates now. You have the business express loans, the revenue-based loans / merchant cash advance. That's exactly what we're talking about here, what I talked about before. You have equipment financing, you have franchise funding, crowdfunding. There's a lot of different loan types out there. There's even more. So again, in our Facebook group is where we provide all the support. And what you see pretty much daily are people asking, hey, I got this deal. I got this client. This is what they need. This is what they're looking for. And there's always just real-time information coming around where maybe somebody has a new lender, maybe someone got a deal done here or there. So it's all about people helping each other out in the Facebook group. So that's been working out very well. And, again, it helps give more real-time information that's going on in the space. So what do you receive with the training? Well, you get unlimited support via the Facebook group, like I just said. I introduce you to my contacts in the industry. That's a great starting point. But again, of course, you want to, try to learn and see who else is out there as well. But the people that I personally put you in touch with that are my contacts are people I've been working with for years, I've known for years. I trust them, and they're going to provide you with good service. So, yeah, I teach you the industry as a whole, right? What are you getting involved in? What's merchant cash advance? More detail, the history of it, and again, all the other loan types you can do, through different lenders, and you're just going to learn everything that you need to know to get this business off the ground. We teach you how to talk to business owners. I have a video where we kind of do a mock demo call to kind of go through all the frequently asked questions. Also give you the common questions that people are going to ask you. Um, Provide the paperwork, the application. We show you the best way to get applications signed, the fastest way using like e-sign software. So we give you everything that you need. There's really not a lot of stuff that you need to get this going, but you have everything that you need to get it going. And then really the key to success that I've seen, not only in my own businesses and doing this business now with the e-learning stuff and teaching people how to get into business, is the support, right? When you have ongoing support every day, where you can go to the Facebook group and ask, the thousands of people that are in there and say, hey, I need some help with this. Everybody likes to jump on board and help. And that's the key to success in anything that you do, is ongoing support. Because, listen, things are changing fast these days. Business is changing. The internet's changing. A lot of stuff changes quickly. So data information can get outdated pretty fast. And that's why the ongoing support, that daily support that you get every single day, is key. And not only can you ask questions, but then you see other people's questions that they ask, and then other responses they get, and it's really good information that goes back and forth on a daily basis. So it's really cool. So it's, for me, the fact that I built this thing, and seeing this thing grow it's been pretty cool. It has been, yeah, and just watching people be successful. So I can't really complain too much. So lead generation is the key to success in most businesses, right? Because now you need to generate leads. Well, how do you get leads? How do you find business owners that are looking for money, right? Well, realistically, you just have to find a business owner, because most of them are looking for money. But I am actually one of the largest business loan lead generators. I've been doing it for over 4 years. That's how I actually made most of the revenue that I've generated, how I made the Inc. 5000 list, where I'm one of the fastest growing companies, private companies in the United States. I've done very, very well. If you see my tax returns, I've generated over $7 million now, to date, over the last 4 years, from 2014 to 2018. So I've been very, very successful as a lead generator. So I teach people how to generate leads on their own, whether you do paid or free marketing, but we'll go into that in a second. So I started out as a business loan broker, and then from doing a business loan broker and helping companies get loans, I was also, I was a lead broker. I was flipping leads, and I became a lead generator. So I've done all the businesses that I talk about in all my e-learning courses. I've done them all, and my favorite one is the lead generation business. But you highly recommend the business loan broker business if you're the type of person that's, you like being on the phone, you don't mind talking to, as like a salesperson type, talking to business owners. If you're into networking, you're not saying you have to go out and about and knock on doors and do that stuff if you don't want to, but as long as you're okay with talking to business owners, you will be successful at this because of how much demand there is out there. But now that I'm a lead generator, now I can help you both ways, right? So I can help you as a business loan broker, and I can also help you on a lead gen side, because that's really, that's going to be the make or break for anybody, the ability to generate leads. I'll also teach you how to go down the same path to success. So if you do want to grow your business outside of a loan broker and get into maybe becoming a lead broker or a lead generator in other businesses down the road, that's fine. I can help you with that stuff too once you get there. But don't think too much too quick, right? Just look at this in a way where, hey, you know what? I want to get into business. Let me start with this one business. Let me turn into a successful business, and then, worry about the rest of the stuff down the road. So the lead generation methods are going to be the paid marketing. Facebook is the most popular way to generate fresh, real-time leads for yourself. But they are more expensive to do it that way. But they're also the freshest and the best way to generate those leads. You can buy age leads. I actually sell those myself. These are the same leads that I generate, and I sell them as an age lead in the training. So in your account, you'll be able to buy those. A lot of people have had success with them. I will always recommend that you always generate your own leads and not buy leads, but I'm just saying that that is an option. Um, you can also buy real-time leads out there. A lot of people buy leads from various companies out there. If you don't want to go out and generate your own, you can just buy them. You can also do free marketing. LinkedIn actually works great. We have a LinkedIn section in the training to kind of get you going, so you can actually get so just to basically utilize LinkedIn to find business owners that need loans. I mean, LinkedIn is a great B2B, business to business networking platform. If you never used it before, if you have used it before, then you know that all there are, are business professionals on LinkedIn, and it's very simple to find business owners or the right people in companies to talk to about getting a business loan. It's a great way to do it, and it's free. I mean, of course, you could do paid LinkedIn marketing, but we just recommend doing the free stuff. Craigslist actually works. I used to be a huge Craigslist marketer, but not anymore. But there are people in the group that are utilizing Craigslist on a very small scale and generating. One guy says he's generating 40 leads a month and only spending $5. It's $5 for the month, and he's generating 40 leads. And he's, I think, in the Texas area. So this is a nationwide. This is a local marketing strategy. So he's happy. Um, you can get referrals from like bank turn downs, right? Banks are gonna turn down most loans that they get, at least 70-80% of loans that they're gonna turn down. So if you can work with a banker and get him to refer the turn downs, that's a great lead source. You can work with accountants, financial advisors, anybody that works with businesses, of course, family, friends, everybody on Facebook and social media. Just tell the world, hey, this is what I do now. Refer me people. So that's obviously a great way just to kind of get things going. You have local networking, like a Latip, if you ever heard of that, or similar networking groups that are out there. There's also business organizations where there's just a lot of businesses that are involved and they do networking and they have events and stuff like that. That's just a great place to meet business owners, right? Get the word out, tell people what you do, etc. So this type of stuff, it really does work. You just decide what you want to do. So I'm just giving you everything you can do. There's a lot of other ways to generate leads, and it's in a training. But I'm just saying, there's paid marketing and there's free marketing, and then the local networking's technically kind of free for some ways. But if you join organizations, then yeah, you spend a little bit of money. But it's really not expensive ways to meet people. But I gotta tell you, referrals are always going to be the best lead you can possibly get. But all this stuff works. It's just up to you to figure out which one works best for you. So going into the actual training modules, so the first module in the training when you join is going to be about buying your domain name. We give you some ideas on different ways you can buy, or how you can, what names you can come up with. Module 2 is going into the create the website. I actually provide you with step-by-step video to create your website, and the website's going to be designed for lead generation. So that website will just be designed for you to generate leads that are looking for business loans. It works. It's the same exact site I've been using for years on my Facebook marketing. I spent millions on Facebook ads, so it does work. And that's a site that we give you for free to create on your own. Business Loans 101 is module 3. It's basically just explaining the industry. We have a 40, I know one video is 40 minutes long that just explains everything about merchant cash advance from beginning to end. So all that stuff is in there. It gives you everything that you need to kind of just understand the space. Module 4 is where you contact the lenders. When you contact the lenders, you just basically create your broker, or what they call an ISO, which is an independent sales organization. So you basically just contact the lenders. We give you the contacts. Of course, you go to the Facebook group and learn from other people, what other lenders are out there. So you have everything you need. Module 5 is where you can purchase age leads from me if you're interested. But again, do recommend that you actually generate your own. But a lot of people, again, buy the leads just as like a starting point, kind of kick things off a little quicker. Module 6 goes to Facebook marketing. That's doing paid Facebook marketing. Module 7 is where you do LinkedIn marketing, and that's the free stuff, free LinkedIn marketing. You have a bonus module, which is like the new stuff that I learned. So, like, I'm part of War Room. If you don't know, War Room Mastermind, where it costs you $40,000 a year to be involved in War Room. It's very expensive, but I learn a lot. It's, obviously it's not spending money, it's investing money, because obviously I'll make the money back, which I already have for this year. But it's worth it. And I basically take all that money that I'm spending to travel, to join these kind of groups, to go to conferences. I basically take that stuff and I just give it to you guys for free. So it's all in there, and as we ongoingly, learn stuff. I don't know if that's really a word, ongoingly, but as I continue to learn stuff, I basically just hand it over to you guys. So there's a digital training module, just goes into more stuff. We actually do have Instagram now in there, which I don't have. Probably should throw that in here. But an Instagram training where just to kind of learn how to kind of build your Instagram account just from 'cause Instagram is really, really good for engagement and building your brand. So it's just up to you, obviously, to make the content. So if you see my Instagram stuff, you can kind of, see what I've been doing. And then, be a business consultant. This is the last slide. So why do I say this? I say this because don't think of I just want to become a business loan broker. And that's fine. That's a good way to start. But think beyond that and think as like I'm a business consultant and you're helping companies grow. That's your goal, right? So one of them is, yes, do the loan brokering. But think outside of that where you can provide other services, right? Maybe make commission on referring someone to, let's just say, do digital marketing services like Facebook ads, or maybe helping them get their website designed. There's actually hundreds of business services that you can recommend to a business and make commission on it. Or, like credit repair, right? You can refer credit repair out to somebody. You can refer, credit monitoring services, web design, Facebook, Instagram, like, social media. There's just affiliate marketing. There's, eFax, GoDaddy has an affiliate program. There's hundreds of them, and I'm not saying you have to do all of them tomorrow, but I'm just saying, as you speak to business owners and you are helping them, and even the companies you can help for whatever reason, you can say, hey, you know what? Well, just so you understand, I'm a consultant, and what else can you need help with? I understand you need funding, but what else do you need help with? Well, you know what? I could use a new website. Maybe I could use someone to help me out with Facebook ads, or I'm looking for a fax service, or yeah, well, I need if they need a website, you can refer them to GoDaddy. Like, I'll just give you a quick example. GoDaddy will pay you $100 if you give them a new customer. I mean, they'll also give you a percentage of the sale. But I typically make, through my GoDaddy affiliate program, I make 4 times the money I send them. So what does that mean? That means if I send them $1,000 in business, they pay me 4,000. It's not like clockwork that just happens to be what it usually works out to be. So I give them 4,000 in business, I'm making $16,000, right? It's a great affiliate program because of how much they pay you when you send them a new customer, and it's so worth it. So these are the little things where you can really tack on your revenue, your profit margin, because you're already talking to business owners. You might as well open up other doors. And then over time, you never know what you can get involved in or what other services you can learn where you say, wow, this is another great service I can provide that, makes me a lot of commission or a lot of profit. So this is the becoming a business loan broker. Highly recommended if you're interested in doing this type of work. It's a great business. It's not going anywhere. It's not saturated. There is more than enough business for everybody. So especially if you just want to be like me, a one-employee company working from home, where you just want to make enough money to pay your bills, kind of live above water, get out of debt, go on more vacations, be able to do what you want when you want. These are all the stuff that I do. I would rather work 10 times harder for myself than work for someone else. So this is why I love this business so much. Highly recommend it. Get involved, and we'll see you in the training. In this video, it's going to be an interview with C Capital. I went to Money 2020 conference in Vegas, and I actually, as you can see in my hand there, that's a CBS microphone. That's from the CBS show I was just interviewed on, as you can see. So I went there and actually got some footage for the show, and I interviewed some people in the industry.
I'm here with Roy Furman, CEO of C Capital. We're at Money 2020. So how's the show going for you, Roy?
The show's been fantastic. Thanks, Bill. Very productive, a lot of insights, and it's great to see what the cutting edge technologies and what people are talking about and what we can expect in the future of payments.
Right. So tell us a little bit more about your company, what you do, and what companies that you can help.
Yeah, so we specialize in providing funding for startups and early stage business owners. Now, when most people think of a startup, they think Silicon Valley, that kind of thing. That's not what we specialize in. We help the average business. It could be a retail business, a restaurant, a food truck, a mechanic, an architect, really just your average business. And what we found was there was a big niche that was being underserviced. So those early stage business owners, they may have good personal credit, but they don't have strong financials in terms of their business. They don't have any traction yet. So a lot of lenders were really neglecting those folks. So that's where we've stepped in, Phil, to really help those folks. They've got good personal credit. We can use that, leverage that to help them get funding for their business.
Right. And we've known each other for about 2 years now. We've been working together. We work together today. I've seen your company grow over the last 2 years, so it's been amazing for you.
Thank you.
Where do you see the future of your business?
We're going to continue to grow. We've built a lot of great partnerships, so that's really been the hallmark. About 80% of our business now comes from referring agents and partners, so we've really grown that, and when we first set out, we didn't even have that in mind. So it's been a few years now, and that area has really grown. We think that we'll probably come close to doubling the business again next year, so it's been 3 years in a row of doubling the business, and business is growing. There's a need. The entrepreneurial spirit in America is alive and well, and we see it every single day.
That's great. And when it comes to the marketing side, you mentioned that you're referring agents.
Yeah.
That's one of the demands that you see from your end, bringing on more people to help you grow your business.
Yeah.
So where do you see that part of your marketing with the refers?
So it's become about 80% of our business, as I said, and so we've actually put on a whole team of sales folks and account managers who are just there to help and provide support, education for our referring agents.
So a referring agent is a broker. That's what I'm teaching you how to do, how to become a broker. And you can see from this one CEO saying that's where his business is going to grow the most. Most of his business comes from brokers. So there is the demand. It's not like this isn't needed. So I just want you to understand that this stuff is needed. This is BFS Capital. I'm going to show you a quick part of this.
So I'm with Billy Rosenberg. We're at Money 2020 in Vegas.
Yes,
how's your show going for you?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
So far, so good. It's good to be here.
Okay. So you're at BFS Capital.
Yes.
So if you don't mind, just tell us a little bit more about the company, who you target, and how you help companies out.
So we lend money to small businesses. We do both a merchant cash advance and a working capital loan. We lend anywhere from $5,000 to $500,000. Short-term money, anywhere from 4 months to 18-month payback. Typically for people who can't get conventional financing or are awaiting conventional financing, we're a really good solution for them.
Okay. And how long have you been in the business yourself?
I've been in the business about 6 years. BFS has been in the business since 2002.
Okay.
One of the original people in the space.
All right. And what type of growth have you seen, and where do you see the company going in the next 5 years?
Well, I mean, the growth has kind of been like this, so it's been exciting.
So one last question. Where do you see ISOs or brokers or in your marketing channels? Do you see a demand for them going forward?
100%. I mean, 90% of the business we generate is from our broker channel.
Okay.
And they're the lifeblood of our business.
Right.
We have a direct sales channel, but really the lifeblood of our business is the broker channel, and we love them.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well,
So as you can see, and it's come from the horse's mouth, they're saying brokers is it. Lifeline of their business, lifeblood of their business, whatever he said. That is the key to their business. All right. Brokers is important. So you see there's a lot of demand for this. So Inc. Magazine, I'm going to show you another article real quick, bring this over. Inc. Magazine named this industry that we're talking about here the third best of 2017. So meet the biggest money-making industries of 2017. Let me scroll down for you. So third one, financial services. Companies that aim to manage, process, and store currency are also some of the largest revenue generators. In 2016, financial services on the Inc. 5000 accounted for $17 billion in sales compared to $14.5 billion in 15. That included companies such as Small Business Owners of America, blah, blah, blah. So this is the important part right here. They're a lending firm that provides short-term financing for businesses as well as other services as incorporating joint up business plans. But that's it right there. So this Columbus, Ohio-based lending firm provides short-term financing for business. That's the key. That's where they make all their money. And that's what I'm talking about here, the short-term business loans. I just went to Money 2020, as I said before, in Vegas, and one of the CEOs of one of the companies there, one of the largest lenders in this space, they predicted that this industry is going to quadruple in just the next 2 to 3 years. There's a lot of growth and a lot of money to be made. The moment you've all been waiting for, what is the investment going to be? Just imagine watching Shark Tank and saying, wow, if I could partner with a shark, that'd be absolutely amazing. I mean, most people are giving away a huge chunk of their business, spending tons and tons of money to get that type of access. Someone like myself who's been very successful as a one-employee company. I mean, most people would give up everything they have practically to be able to work from home, make millions of dollars a year, and live the life that they want. I mean, some people said I give my left arm for that. The things that people would give away for that, right? I mean, that is the true, the new American dream, what I like to call it. So now the price of my e-learning course is $1,997. Okay, $2,000 pretty much to get in. Now, what I'm going to do on this webinar, you can do a one-time investment of $997, or you can do 2 payments of $597. You could also go to PayPal and get PayPal credit, where you can pay 0 interest and 0 payments for 6 months. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to provide you with another number to text in on, another keyword, so you can take the next steps. What are the next steps? Next steps are to either schedule a call us directly today, or just join if you want to. Okay, so those are the next steps. So what is the number to call in on? Well, to join, schedule a call, or call us today, text the letters PFS, LOAN, PFS loan to 555-888, and you will receive a text back with the following: a phone number to call, a link to join, or a link to schedule a call. So you're going to get all 3. You decide what you want to do. But this is what I want to do. Do not run away now and go do that. Yes, go text in right now and take care of that right now. But stick around. I got a lot more cool stuff to watch, more videos. I want you to really just understand what this opportunity is and what the type of lifestyle it can bring you. Okay, this is really important stuff, because when you see what type of lifestyle you can live and really what you're getting involved in, the potential, I think you're going to want it more, right? Because at the end of the day, very few people wake up and say, I want to go buy an e-learning course, right? Very few people say that. But what do they say? They say, I want to have success. I want to live my life on my terms. I want financial freedom, right? I want to make more money. I want to go on more vacations. I want to spend more time with my family. That's what people actually say. So this is the means to get there. And this is a great opportunity. All you have to do is jump on it. But again, stick around and just watch the rest of this webinar. Who the heck is Phil Smith? I know I kind of went over his stuff before, but again, just want you to really understand who I am and my success, so you feel confident that I can help you. And not only me, but you got Kevin Harrington, obviously, and everyone else that's already joined and everyone else that's having success. We're all here to help each other. So I built and sold 3 companies in my career, made the Inc. 5000 list, the fastest growing private companies in 2018. I'm a Forbes and Inc. contributor. I got to meet Damon John at a traffic and conversion summit. I did a thing with Entrepreneur.
We want to build different business opportunities or different online courses for anybody with any background or any skill set. Hi, my name is Phil Smith, owner of iWorkInMyJams.com. I Work in My Jams was started to help the average person start an online business. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for the average person to get started. Right now we have 2 online courses. One is to help someone start a small business consulting company. The other online course that we have is to start a lead generation business. And that business is very automated, and the average person can set it up, get going, and actually, again, control their own marketing so they can generate leads and sell them. I like being a one-employee company, and now I'm just teaching people themselves how to be their own one-employee company and to build a business around a lifestyle that they want to live.
My name is James Vasquez, and I've gone through the I Work in My Jams program. I have to be honest with you, it's been one of the best things I've done. I have so much control over my time now while still making a comfortable living. And I just followed the program. It's a great system.
That was something I did with Entrepreneur. That was pretty cool. We want to, again, just trying to prove to you guys that I'm legitimate. I'm Phil Smith, and this is Money 2020 Vegas. Not going to make you watch the whole thing, but this is Justin.
Hi guys, I'm Justin,
I'm Laura.
and we work in our jams.
Work in our jams.
We got involved in this back in August. If any of you have been watching my case study, you're well aware of that. We started this because our son was having medical issues and we needed another type of income to help pay for that.
So, as he said, you know, they did this because of their kid has some medical problems. They need to find more money, and everyone has their own motivation, right? As long as you are motivated, you will be successful, because they couldn't fail, right? They needed to do it no matter what. So as long as you have that for yourself, and you're that type of person that refuses to quit or refuses to fail, then you'll be successful. This Mario is a great video.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mario. I'm from Shelby Township, Michigan. It's about 45 minutes northeast of Detroit. I joined this movement, I believe, February 13th. I haven't gotten my website up and running or any ads going just yet. However, I believe I'm almost done, so I'm kind of getting excited. You probably can't tell by my demeanor in this video. I'm nervous as hell. I don't do selfies or any videos or stuff like that, but they say if you want to do something extraordinary, you got to get out of your comfort zone, and I'm pretty damn uncomfortable right now.
That's the best video, because this is somebody clearly not comfortable doing this stuff. He wanted to make a video because he just got going, and everyone's uncomfortable. Most people are going to be uncomfortable trying to start a business if it's not something they're used to, if it's brand new. And we all just have to get out of our comfort zone. I've done it myself doing the e-learning business because I had to put myself out there, get interviewed, all this stuff. It's not really something I want to do. I've never been interested in putting myself out there and having people know my business. It really hasn't. It took me a long time to get into this e-learning space because of that. And I know now you're like, oh, well, it's easy for Phil. It really wasn't easy for me. It still isn't really easy, right? I just work hard. But at the end of the day, we all have to get over that fence. We all have to get out of our comfort zone so we can, take our careers, our lives to the next level. I actually logged into my bank account. It will be hard for you to find somebody that provides a business opportunity or training program, whatever you want to call it, like I do. It's going to be hard for you to find somebody that's actually willing to log into their bank account. And it will be hard. I logged into my bank account. I'm not going to show you the video, but this is just something I did a while ago. This one is, it is September 1st, 2017. I am making this video because August is over, and I'm going to show you how many leads I've generated in August and go. Again, this is another video. I'm just showing these videos. These are just videos I've done over time. This one I fly for free on JetBlue. I wanted to make this video to show you basically how I fly for free. So because I spend so much money on marketing, I got a ton of points on JetBlue. I think I'm up to almost 3 million points on JetBlue, So, you know, because we travel a lot, everything we do backs into traveling. We don't really care about cash back. We just want to use it all for travel. So that's the reason why I travel. I travel for free on JetBlue. I do a lot of first class. I pretty much do only first class now. I kind of become a travel snob, I guess if you will. But I gotta tell you, it makes traveling a lot easier. I wanted to make, but yeah, I'm just showing you this stuff because these are the videos I've done over time, and it's a lifestyle business, right? As I'm saying here, this is a lifestyle business. So my business is I like to work hard so I can have all this other stuff in my life, right? So do you want to work in your jams? Do you want to spend more time with family? Do you want to go to seven to 10 vacations per year? Do you want to not work on Fridays? That's been my New Year's resolution the last 2 years. Do you want your office to be 10 feet from your bed? Do you want to do what you want when you want? Then this is for you. Okay, whenever I go away, I get a hoodie and a Christmas ornament. So you can see all the different hoodies I've gotten. I have a lot more than that, trust me. But, you know, there's my kids that fly first class. We took them to the Kids' Choice Awards, Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. They went to the show itself and a lot of private Nickelodeon parties, which is really cool. I go to Vegas a lot, not only because I just love it, but because there's a lot of training there. Last time we went, I took 6 guys with me. Here's my friend Mike. It was his birthday. There's a bunch of us here. Just had a great time, just hanging out. Again, JetBlue, JetBlue Mint, which is their first class, highly recommend it. Is Billie Jean is marketing. I've got a chance to meet him multiple times now. Here's Ty Lopez. Here's the War Room. You know, we went to Camelback. We took the kids for New Year's. Did some snow tubing. That was a lot of fun. Rocking Horse Ranch in New York. Uh, you know, doing this type of stuff. Ocean City, Maryland, Puerto Rico. This is before the hurricane. Hershey Park, we go here every year now. Turks and Caicos, we go here every year for our anniversary. This is called it's a palm tree plantation called Coco Bistro. If you're ever there, best restaurant on the island. You can't beat Disney Halloween party, especially at Magic Kingdom when they throw the special Halloween party at night. The scary Halloween thing, whatever it's called. So just in like a 12-month period when I put this together, I did 47 nights of vacation. I probably have done more than that in a given 12-month period, but whatever. So this is just a lot of vacation time. It really is. Highly, highly recommend if you want this type of lifestyle, you have to work for yourself. It's the only way to do it. Unless you have a great corporate job, but then you really can't go away much, right? See, I can work from anywhere. If you have a corporate job, then you're kind of stuck because you can't just go away all the time, right? Common questions. If I make so much money, why do I teach people? Because it's the e-learning business. The e-learning business is the future of learning. Okay? A lot of people don't realize this, but 60 million Americans will work from home by 2020. More people need a second income. There's been multiple um, articles on this stuff. Just search this stuff. The gig economy, right? Just search for the gig economy on NASDAQ and whatever. These articles are great. It will really open up your eyes to what the future is. People need this stuff. Plus, they can't go to college. You're not going to college in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, right? This is the new way of learning. I got to tell you, where can you go to college and learn from a college professor that's actually built the business that he's teaching? Most of them haven't. They read books, they went through classes, but can they actually teach how to do Facebook marketing and actually do lead gen and build it into a 7-figure business? No. They'll tell you the concepts. They'll give you the 10,000-foot overview, but they can't give you the down and dirty. They can't give you the actual companies to talk to, right? I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. I'm not saying anything's wrong with college. I'm not one of those guys. There's some people out there that just say, don't go to college. I believe college is good. Everyone should go. But if you're past that age and it's not really something that you can feasibly do anymore, then man, this is the way to learn. This is it. Will this work for me? It's a common question I get. Of course, listen, it will work for you as long as you don't quit and it's something you really want. Okay, quitting is the number one reason why people do not succeed. Okay, anyone can succeed at any business as long as they put their head down and have a failure is not an option attitude. As long as that's you, you will be successful. So how much time do I have to put into this business? Another question. It's actually the wrong question. What you should say is, I will do whatever it takes to be successful. Failure is not an option. That's what you want to say. Have a do not quit attitude. Okay. There are 0 monthly fees in my courses. So it doesn't matter if it takes you a week, 2 weeks, or 2 months, or 3 months, or 6 months to be successful or get it going. It doesn't matter. Okay. Because you're not laying out money like Frank Kern's Inner Circle. I got to pay $400 a month. I got to pay $400 a month for Frank Kern's Inner Circle. I got to pay Frank Kern $10,000 a month for his agency program. Doesn't matter if I do anything or not. I still got to pay him 10 grand, right? So that's the difference. For my stuff, there's no monthly fee. So you can take as much time as you want. If you don't get it right away or it takes a little longer, who cares? As long as you're successful one day, who cares how long it took to get there? I didn't become successful overnight. My career's been 20 years now, right? And I finally, after 20 years, have had this type of success. So, common question, what type of success do other people have? There are many people having success. There are. There's also a lot of people that don't have success because they ended up quitting, right? But it doesn't matter what type of success other people have. The reason why is because just because someone had success or didn't have success, that has no bearing on the success that you're going to have. You are the only person that can determine your own success. So you have to ask yourself, can I be successful at this? If you believe that you can be successful at this, that's all that matters. In all the business I've ever started, I never once said, oh, has someone else had success? Then I want to do it. I just looked at the business and I asked myself, do I believe I can do this? And if the answer is yes, then I do it. I could give a crap about what other people do, whether they succeed or fail. So that's what you need to do. If I cared about the success of others, I probably would never start a business. Because think about it, just in restaurants alone, 70% of restaurants fail in the first year. 70%. So if 70% of restaurants fail in the first year, does that mean that nobody's ever going to open a restaurant again? No. Restaurants have like the highest failure rate. But there's restaurants opening up every single day because those people open a restaurant saying to us, I believe I can be successful. I'm giving it a shot. And that's what you should do. So will you saturate the business loan market? I get this question a lot when I first started doing this. If Chase, Wells Fargo, Capital One, Bank of America have not saturated, Phil Smith working from home is not going to saturate it. Even if I brought in 1 million people into this, it's still not going to saturate it. It's just never going to happen. It's impossible. Tens of millions in marketing has not saturated this market. So what does that mean? That basically means every single one of these companies combined is spending tens of millions of dollars on marketing. Trust me, if all the people have joined this group, and even myself, are not spending tens of millions of dollars on marketing. So even if I bring in 100,000 people into this business opportunity, we will not even come close to the money the major banks are spending on marketing. So no, it's not going to be none of these more. I'm not going to saturate any market. Okay. Are there other fees? The only fees that you really have to get your business off the ground, your domain name. I have a coupon from GoDaddy for domain name to buy for $1. Actually, I think you can actually get it for free now. But either way, $1 or free. The web hosting, you can get $1 per month for 12 months. That is it. That's literally the only money you have to spend, or I highly recommend spending, to get a website. Any other money you spend is really up to you. You want to spend money in paid marketing? Spend money in paid marketing. You want to do free marketing? Do free marketing. You want to buy other services and software? Sure, you can. But there's nothing that I'm not going to tell you you have to spend this money. It's totally up to you. Okay. I believe you can do this, but I do not believe I can do this. I get this a lot too. People say, hey, Phil, I believe that you're successful. I see it. I just don't believe I can do this. Listen, I mean, there's really not much I can do about that. I mean, I understand that some people do not have the confidence in themselves to start a business. But if something you truly believe that you can do, or something that you truly believe you want to do, then give it a shot. I mean, what do you have to lose? It's not really that much money to get going, and there's really not a lot of money to stay in to get going, right, or to stay in the business. So just give it a shot. But there's really not much I can do. All I can tell you is I'm going to give you the exact blueprint that I've had success in. I'm going to hand it to you. if you feel that with the support you receive with Kevin Harrington, with myself, the knowledge you're going to receive from us, if you believe that you can literally just turn it into, even if you're making hundreds of dollars per month or thousands of dollars a month as just a stepping stone, if you believe you can do that, then just give it a shot. But at the end of the day, you know, you just understand that there's a as a consultant, there's a lot of business out there. There's 30 million business in the United States. To get literally a company to pay you just hundreds of dollars per month to provide them a service is really easy. I mean, my minimum was $2,000 a month. So even if you want to get out there and charge $50 a month just to get your first client and just to basically just get the ball rolling, just to make something, I gotta tell you, that is the easiest thing to do. You know what? You can even do it for free the first month just to get the client and just get your feet wet and then get a testimonial from them, right? You do it for free and say, hey, I'll do it free. Give me a testimonial. Many people will do that, right? So there's so many ways just to get off the ground. And again, we'll provide the support. So as long as you have support, you'll be successful, and as long as you don't quit. All right. Yeah, actually, it's funny. I did not have the confidence either. Listen, when I started the lead gen business in 2014 and really the end of 13, when I kind of started this stuff, I started going on this road. I had no idea if I would be successful. I had no idea, right? It was a business I wanted to do, but I just took a shot. I really had no idea. I never did paid marketing before 2015, all right? I never did a business loan in my life before 2015. A lot of this stuff I'm doing today, I never did before 2015. A lot of this stuff is new, okay? So I had no idea if I was going to be successful, but I said, screw it, let's try it. You never know unless you try. Okay. How long does it take to be successful? This is another question that I can't answer. Okay. This comes down to the individual. Your efforts will depend on your success. I've seen people make like 11 grand in the first week, but that's not normal. And it's not normal at all, right? But who cares? Who cares about other people? And who cares how long it takes you to be successful? If I told you that all you needed to do was bust your butt for the next 6 months and you could become a millionaire, would you do it? You do it. Say, screw it, I'll do that. 6 months, become a millionaire. That's all you need. That's the way you got to think about it. Okay? Just work hard and success will come. As long as you don't quit, as long as you don't give up, success will come. That's the best I can say. And again, the great part is there's zero monthly fees, so you have no reason to really complain or quit. So how long does it take to set up the business? That, really shouldn't take more than 2 to 3 days to kind of get situated. Let's just call it a week, worst case. But again, it doesn't matter how long it takes because there's zero monthly fees. So just whatever long it takes, right? It's really going to be up to you. You're the one doing the work, right? So, but realistically, less than a week really shouldn't take more than a few days to kind of get going and go through everything. Another question is, can I do this business with a friend or partner? Of course, you can do this with whoever you want. There are people who have teamed up to save money, get going. That's totally fine. So one of the things I'll say in 2014, right, like he's saying, that's when I kind of got going in this. Do not compare yourself to me today in 2018. Compare yourself to me in 2014 when I knew just as much as you in the business loan space, the lead gen space, the lead flipping space, the paid ad space. I didn't know any of this stuff before 2014. I just started doing it myself. Okay? So you today and me back then, same exact boat. Just want you to understand that. Okay. Is this for you? Do you want to work from home, work in your jams, have no boss, and the freedom to do what you want when you want? Do you want to spend 47 nights per year on vacation like me? Then this is for you. If you truly want to start a business, but you need guidance, have failed, maybe you just need some help, then this is for you. If you want to learn quickly on how to build a business that produces monthly income that could exceed your annual income, then this is the type of business that's for you. If you want a simple business that you can run from home or on a beach like I do, I wrote my first Forbes article in Turks and Caicos. All right, you can work from anywhere. Forget about making millions, though. I know I'm talking big numbers here and billions with Kevin Harrington, but think about thousands, man. Just think about making your first $1,000, even your first dollar, right? Just make enough to pay your bills. That's all you really care about. couple things just videos I just want to show you. So these are our Friday talks. We did a couple of these videos. This is a really cool video. Went to Vegas with everyone. There's a video that we did at Traffic and Conversion Summit. There's a video I did when I went to West Palm Beach. Some videos in my bar room, car. You know, these are all videos on my site. This is a thing that Justin did. Is this case study. You know, Justin, if you know the case of Justin, he started his business, but he needed to make more money for his family. 5 children, one had medical problems. You know, so he started doing it. He got 2 new cars for his family. He made as much as $12K on one deal, closed his first deal in his first week. You know, he's done very, very well. Again, you know, as earnings and legal disclaimers, you know, you can basically look at me as a professional marketer. You know, Justin is starting to turn into a professional marketer. So yes, the success is not going to be typical of everyone that does this. Only the people that really put the time and effort into it. But he's made a lot of videos now that you can watch, as you can see. James did a case study too that you can also watch if you have the time. Or if you want to put the effort into watching these videos. Here's some t-shirt videos. You sort of went with Mario before. These are people who want to make some videos with the t-shirts. So this is from Perry Belcher. He's actually one of the War Room founders. This guy makes millions upon millions of dollars. And when I was at War Room Mastermind in Vegas, I wanted to ask him a question.
Good. I'm with Perry Belcher. We're at War Room Intensive in August, or Vegas, I should say. And in August. And in August. So we are going over the octopus method. I highly recommend anybody jumps into one of these intensives. It's open to anybody, not just War Room members. But at the same time, I just want to ask you one quick question. Sure. I appreciate you doing this. What advice would you give somebody who is just starting a business, whether they have experience or don't have experience? Just any advice that you can give them.
Sure. Don't start a business without an offer. You know, I think that's the number one mistake that I see people make. They decide, well, I'm going to sell tires, right? So I'm going to go in the tire business. So I'm going to buy a tire store, buy a tire machine. I'm going to wholesale tires. I'm going to get me a big rack full of tires. But I don't have an offer. I don't have a special way to offer tires to people. I don't have any unique selling proposition. I don't have an offer. So everything with us starts with an offer. Right. A good offer, a good example is Domino's Pizza, right? The most common thing in the world is pizza. It's one of the most common commodities in food you can have. But these guys built a multi-billion-dollar pizza company because you get a hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. It was an offer. They had a Keystone offer. If you can't really enuncify that offer clearly, then you don't really have a business yet. And don't start, because you're just investing a lot of money and going through motions. It's like I want to get skinny, so I'm going to buy a treadmill. Well, first I got to decide to get my fat ass up and move. You should, before you buy a treadmill, you should go walk for 3 or 4 days around the neighborhood. Because if you ain't gonna walk around the neighborhood 3 or 4 days, you ain't gonna walk on a treadmill. But people tend to put the cart before the horse, and they try to go out and buy a device or buy whatever, buy a tire store or wholesale, whatever, all the research crap. Just create an offer. If the offer works, everything else will fall into place.
All right, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And one last thing,
sure,
which I just showed you before. One little tidbit that he gave out of 6 hours, one little line I implemented myself, saw a huge increase just in email delivery, open rate, and click-through rate. So it's just amazing the amount of knowledge, and as long as you implement the knowledge that you do learn, you can really do something with it. But that's the biggest key, right? Yeah. Actually implement. So thank you again. Appreciate it.
Take care.
All right, so that was with Perry. As you can see, one of the thing that he actually that he did was they talked about, again, the octopus method, 8 ways to touch your customer, but one of them was email marketing, and I actually implemented exactly what they told me right there in Vegas, and I showed him before that video. He saw it. I showed him exactly what I did in the success I had by just doing it, and that is the #1 thing. I mean, I watched a Frank Kern video once, and he said to me, well, he said in his video, he said the #1 thing that he sees for his people, okay, all his clients, the most successful clients that he has are the people that implement what they learn. I know it sounds simple, but that's the problem. A lot of people just don't implement what they learn. And that's what I do all the time. I implement what I learn, and the people that I see implement what they learn. They're the ones that are going to be successful. So this is Roland Frazier, another War Room founder. Again, all these guys have been very, very successful. And it's just interesting to hear their answers to this question. I'm going to ask Roland the same question. His answer is so different, but let's hear it.
Okay. So I'm with Roland Frazier.
We're at the August Intensive in Vegas for the Octopus Method, which was absolutely amazing. You guys did a great job. Before I actually showed Perry, I did an email change. Did one email today and saw a massive difference in the open rate by just using the Buddha method. That's what it was, right? And I used an Amazon
Big,
story.
undeniable, dominant story.
So the information works, and that literally was just 5 minutes of what, almost 12 hours of content that I implemented. So that's how great War Room is, the intensive is. My first one, so we had a great time.
Fantastic.
And you guys really just do an amazing job. But I just have one question for you.
Yes, sir.
For the viewers, and that is, what advice would you give someone that's looking to start a business?
I think the biggest thing is when you're starting a business, don't start a business without intention as to what's the end game that you have. A lot of people accidentally fall into a business because they're good at baking cakes, or they're good at walking dogs, or they like those things. But that might not necessarily be the best thing to achieve your goals. If you want a certain level of income, or you want an event that's going to be an exit event, meaning you're going to sell the business, then that's going to rule out a lot of things that you might otherwise have gone into. So I think thinking about intentionally, where do I want to actually be in the end of this, is really important. So it will also determine how you structure the business in terms of the income that's coming in, the employees that you hire, all that. So for me, when I go into a business, I'm not interested in something that's not going to be at least a $10 million business really fast, right? And that immediately rules out dog walking and car washing and detailing and stuff like that. Not that you can't ultimately build a dog walking empire, because you can. I've seen it done, right? But I'm looking at what's going to allow me to scale fast enough to have my objective, which is to build something and sell it. Because every time you sell a business, you get paid a multiple of the years of income that are currently coming in. So if you can do that every few years you're getting a pop of 5 or 9 years of income, and you're generations ahead of everybody else, right? So I'm thinking about that. I'm also thinking about currently, what are the business models that will give me the valuations that I want to be able to do those exits. And so I could build a business that was selling cars, and maybe get it up to, say, $1 million a year of income. Well, that business is going to sell for a multiple of that income. On the other hand, I could build a SaaS, a software as a service business. Those businesses currently sell for typically 6 to 8 times gross sales, right? So in my car business, I might be doing 10 million to get my 1 million. In my software business, I might be doing 10 million to get 1 million. But my car business is valued at a multiple of the net income. So let's say it's a 5 for both of them. That means that $10 million business is going to sell for 5 million. My software business is doing 10 million and making the same million that the other business is, but it's going to sell at 5 times the sales. So it's going to sell for 50. Literally 10 times what the other one would sell for the same amount of effort, the same amount of profit, the same amount of everything else, right? So I think that when you're starting a business, if you can look past, hey, I'm good at making coffee, so I'm going to open a coffee shop, right? Well, if you're going to open a coffee shop and you want a job, that's okay. But if you want something that's going to serve you and set you for, financially and your family and everything else, and provide the standard of living that you want, if it's beyond what that job would pay, then think intentionally about, will this business actually do that for me?
That was an amazing answer. And that's, to be honest, that's what War Room is all about. I mean, the knowledge and the people is amazing. Quick story. When we met at Traffic and Conversion Summit, I don't know if you remember the exact meeting, because I know you're busy, and James and I sat down with you, and I talked about the potential deal that we had on the table.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
And the amount of money you saved me on lawyer fees, right? I mean, was probably paid for War Room itself.
That's
and
awesome.
then, of course, helping me with the agreement itself and saving me the money there, because I had no idea what I was able to do, and it all worked out.
Negotiating is the most fun thing on it. It's just so great.
But I just want to thank you for that.
Oh,
and
you're very
that
welcome.
really just, the value is amazing. So
Fantastic.
we love it. We promote you guys as much as we possibly can.
Oh,
He
nice.
wears
Thank
the
you.
hat everywhere. So,
I love it.
But thank you.
Yeah, my
Appreciate
pleasure.
your time.
Thank you.
All right, so a little bit more information on exactly what I was talking about there was I met Roland at Traffic and Conversion Summit, wanted to join War Room because they run Traffic and Conversion Summit, and I told him about the deal I was gonna do with Kevin Harrington at the time. I was, in the process, had no idea. I was so lost on what to do, and he really helped me out. I mean, literally, just never met the guy before in my life. Did it? Really helped me over the course of months. I asked questions here and there. Obviously, today, as you can tell, I did the deal with Kevin, um, but it was just crazy. So that's business is all about putting yourself around people you want to be like. Okay, that is the most important thing. Put yourself around people that you want to actually be like. If you want to be more successful, put yourself around more successful people. Right? That's it. So that's what I do. That's why I put myself into War Room. I don't look at War Room as I'm spending money. It's an investment. Okay, I've already made my money back multiple times. Okay, because I put the time and effort into it. I learned. I asked questions, right, and I did the work, and that's the reason why. And as long as you're willing to do the work, as long as you're willing to ask questions, implement what you learn, then you will be successful because you'll be putting yourself around more successful people, right? Myself, well, I don't know. You may already be more successful than me. That's fine. Then, look at someone like Kevin Harrington, right? But if you're not more successful than me, then hey, look at me. I look at Kevin Harrington. I look guys in War Room. I all the people from a Damon John to a Frank Kern to, a Lewis Howes, even a Ty Lopez. Whether you like the people or not, there's knowledge to be had. And you have to go out there and do it. So it's really not a lot of work as long as because this is fun, right? Making money's fun. So if you're the type of person that loves it, lives and breathes it, and you will never call it work when you're having a good time and you really enjoy what you're doing. So to start up any new business costs thousands or even millions of dollars, right? A cost of a franchise usually anywhere between like 50 to millions of dollars. In a case study I did with James, he said it cost him $70,000 plus the cost to set up his office before he even started his business. He was already almost $100,000 in a hole, right? Look at college. College costs anywhere between 10 and 100,000, maybe even more, right? And maybe you'll be lucky enough to make 100 grand a year. Are you kidding me? I have a friend that literally just came over last night, told me he has $900 in college loan payments, $900 per month, right? Right, times that by 12, you're at $10,000 a year. He has to do that for 24 years. That's $259,000 that he has to pay. I can tell you right now, he will never make more money for me because he's in the medical field, and I'm not talking about doctor or anything like that. He'll be lucky if he one day pulls in between 100 and 120 grand a year. That's it. Maybe 150, but he'll never pull in 2.4 million like I did last year. So it'll never happen when you're an employee. Okay, so or if you are an employee and you make that much money in the millions, then obviously it's a very, 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 very small amount of people. And if you're that type of person, you're not going to be watching this webinar anyway. So okay, online courses is the future of learning, right? Think about it. I personally spend over 200 grand a year in learning. I would never go back to college courses. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, Forbes even started Learn at Forbes. And Amazon started Amazon Skills. So let's look at this for a second. What else costs $997 or more? My attorney costs me $400 per hour. Okay, can you imagine? Website creation, usually at least $1,000, more like $2,000 to $5,000 just to build a website. Franchises cost at least $50,000 typically just for the fee, plus rent, office furniture, training, employees, insurance, royalties, and headaches. So PR firms, good PR firm is going to cost you at least $3,000 per month. Online marketing, I used to charge at least $2,000 per month to do my consulting. So text the word join to 631-400-3131 if you want to schedule a call or join. So is $997 a lot to invest in yourself? it's hard to find a business that you can actually start for $1,000, right? Especially 4 businesses in one. So just think about that. Plus, you're going to have access to someone like myself and Kevin Harrington and the thousands of people that have been doing this. So I did generate $5.6 million in 3 years, 2015, 16, and 17. If you add in 2018, obviously it's over 7 million now. The last thing I will leave you with is my interview with Brian. Brian actually is one of the first people. I've been working with Brian for a long time. He actually got me into working at home all the way back in 2006. And we've done a lot of stuff together over the years, but he was the first person that I taught on how to do this stuff.
Well, I just want to thank you for jumping on this call. We're making this call as pretty much a testimonial. My name is Phil Smith. Your name is?
My name is Brian Keith.
And we pretty much have known each other since, what, 2006, 2007?
Maybe even like 2005.
All right, so it's been a while. You are literally the first person that I trained on how to do the Facebook marketing and the lead generation. So the point of this video call, I think, is the first time that we've actually spoke over a video chat like this. It took us about 15 minutes to figure it out and how to record it, but anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video here so people can actually see that we're both real people and kind of give your side of the story. So if you want to quickly just go into when I first contacted you, what was your reaction and how did you get involved in this?
Well, just to go back, me and Phil started out actually working together probably, like we said, around 2005, 2006, doing various different home-based businesses. As a matter of fact, when we first met, I actually had met Phil through somebody else and taught Phil what I was doing, and Phil actually became really good at that. And then as the years went on, we actually stayed in touch, and we've done various businesses together throughout the years. And I'd say around 2.5 years ago, maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, Phil had contacted me and was telling me about this thing he was doing with business loans. And at the time, I was doing something else, and I was making decent money at it, and I didn't jump right in it at the time, which, looking back now, is probably the wrong move on my part. If I would have jumped in right away, I would have made in the millions. But not saying I haven't made a lot of money. I've done in the hundreds and hundreds of thousands in the last 2.5 years. And it first started out when, Phil was actually teaching me how to, fund loans by ourselves. So what we would do is we would go out, we would try to generate some leads. We would actually call the customer up. We'd actually get their application. We had some lenders that would fund the loans, and then we'd fund it, and we'd get a commission. Then we kind of started taking it to the next level. We were like, hey, we're starting to generate so many leads. Maybe we can, sell these leads. So we started learning how to do all this Facebook marketing. And we perfected Facebook marketing, which is, if you've done Facebook marketing or you haven't, it's pretty difficult to just learn what to do. You can lose a lot of money really quickly. So what we did, we learned how to put up ads. We got customers that actually buying the leads directly from us. And when we first started, we did things completely different. Facebook changes all the time. So when Facebook first started, we started running ads for $100 an ad, $200 an ad, to where we were spending $1,000, $2,000 on an ad a day, and we were getting certain lead costs. Then we started delving into it a little more, and we figured, hey, let's see what happens if we run ads at a smaller amount. Maybe the lead costs will come down. So now we started running ads at, say, a couple $100 a day instead of $1,000 a day, and we were finding out that the lead cost came down even more. Then we were like, hey, what if we run ads at $10 a day? So now we're like, okay, let's run 100 ads at $10 a day and see where that goes, and our lead costs have dropped even more. So that kept us profiting, more and more money as we were going along, and that's where we go to this day. We just, as Facebook changes, we adapt what we're doing to the rules that Facebook comes up with, and that's where we stand right now. We do what we need to do at the time, and we can teach you how to do the same thing. And we want to teach you how to do everything. We want you to learn how to be able to fund the loan yourself, how to be able to find a buyer, how to be able to sell the leads, to do exactly what we've done, and we take the guessing work out for you because we've already done it. So that's kind of in a nutshell, you know, what we've done and what I've learned to do over the last 2.5 years. And just last year alone, I can show you, because I mean, I have proof. I can show you my 1099 from Phil, but I made, I think, roughly around $220,000 last year. And this year I'm set to make, I'm going to finish up at more than that. So this is a business that's, you know, it's like none other. And if you just put in a little time and effort, it'll change your life.
Yeah, it's funny listening to you say all this, because, you know, you just summed up, you know, 2 years of just doing all this work, figuring out Facebook in like, you know, a minute. And it took us, you know, a long time to figure all this stuff out. And that's the thing, you know, by living and breathing it every single day, watching campaigns, see how they react, because Facebook changes over time. And just like any marketing, Google, even if you jump into LinkedIn, any type of advertising platform is going to change over time, and how much they charge you, how the leads react, you know, figuring out which leads to go after. Remember when we first started, we were doing a lot of interests, and we would do the demographics in Facebook, and we would target the interests. And I remember I sent you like 30 different interests to do. Remember that? And then what happened was, after that, what we did was we said, oh, okay, let's do lookalike audiences. And then we kind of stuck,
target audiences and lookalike audiences.
Yeah.
That's all stuff that people teach you how to do. And you'll see, once you start doing your lookalike audiences and custom audiences, now your leads will even start, you'll actually even pick up on your leads, because now you're getting it to more people instead of the same people. You're just going to the same type of people that already hit your ad to begin with. We'd have no way of being able to do that without creating those audiences and be able to start generating our own leads at first to be able to create the new audiences. So that's what, you know, people have to learn how to do, is create the beginning, you know, start doing the ads, get some leads coming in, create the audiences off of that. And that takes a little work and patience, but I got to tell you, you're not going to have to sit and work at a 9-to-5 job all day with your boss yelling at you. You know, you're going to be able to make a lot of money on your own time and run it the way you want to run it.
Yeah, so just to clarify, you brought up the business loan brokering that we did, and then you brought the lead gen. So just so everyone knows, there's actually 2 training programs. One of them is being a business loan broker. That's how we originally got into this business. We were generating leads for ourselves, calling the leads up, getting them loans, making approximately about $2,000 a deal. It was a great business. That was about, I think we maxed out about 30 grand a month for doing that business itself on a per person basis, because you can only talk to so many people in a day and whatnot. So, but what happened is, then we started realizing that, well, hey, we can just sell these leads, scale it, and make a lot more money. So we went from making, let's just say 30 grand a month to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. So part of the training, you know, we split it up, and we said, all right, here's your become a business loan broker. You can do very well if you don't mind talking to people and going through that process. And then beyond that, you can become a lead generator and go into that business. So it's really 2 separate businesses, but they're pretty much doing the same thing. So just so everyone understands that.
Right. There's a huge opportunity, because you're not just sitting back with, you know, with one thing. So you have 2 things you could be doing, and in reality, you could actually almost be doing them both at the same time.
So one question I have for you, if you want to go into it, is explain how you felt it was doing the business loan brokering and how easy it was to get the business owner a loan.
Okay, well, you got to remember, most of these businesses probably are, some of them are big, but most of them are small, so traditionally it's really hard for them to go to a bank. And basically, the way these loans are funded, it goes by their sales per month. So if somebody does $10,000 in sales per month, they can get a $10,000 loan. If they do $50,000 in sales, they can get a $50,000 loan. And what's easy about it is that all a customer needs to provide is 3 or 4 months bank statements, just to show that they're generating those sales. And pretty much they could have funds in 24 hours. So it's easy. It's the easiest way for a person to get money if you need money in a timely fashion. Going to a bank, it's going to take these people sometimes 60, 90, 120 days to get their loan, where we can fund them in 24 to 48 hours.
But also the problem is a bank will never give most of these people a loan to begin with, so that's not even an option anyway.
Right, so they probably wouldn't get a loan from the bank, and it's simple. All I need to do is to say, hey, they send me their 3 bank statements, we give them to our funder, the funder comes back to us usually even the same day with an offer, we go back to them, they accept the money, and then we get paid our commission. It's as easy as that. It's like just a couple-step process.
Yeah, so there's only 2.
Remember, too, because the leads are coming into us, we already know. It's not like you're just cold calling somebody. We know they want a loan. They're coming to us for a loan.
Right,
so we're just calling them back and saying, okay, here's what we need from you to get your loan. Right. So it's a pretty simple process. You know, everybody's receptive, and they're going to give you their bank statements, and you're going to get the loans done.
And actually, talking about the business loan brokering, when we did it, we were only selling one type of lead. We were doing merchant cash advance. So meaning, you know, they give a loan based on the future receivables of the company, right? That's that company where we talked about that got funded on Shark Tank.
Right.
And that company happened to call me. But anyway, the one thing I wanted to go over was now with the business loan brokering, people can actually do high credit score leads. That means if someone has a credit score of over, let's say, 650, and
right.
they do less than $10,000 a month in revenue, which is the cutoff for merchant cash advance, you can actually do more for those people now. So now you can make money on those leads. And then you have the startup leads. Now there's something to sell those guys. So anybody who does business loan brokering today actually has more loan products to provide and can make a lot more money because the lead cost is a lot less.
Right. So we went from just doing, like, you know, loans like we're talking about, you know, like they had to do at least 10K in business. Now we're doing loans for, we're getting people startup loans. We're even able to help people with low credit scores get their credit scores repaired, and trying them to be able to get a loan. So there's different products that we have now from when we first started. We've evolved, you know, tenfold from when we started. Like, well, Phil started, I told you, like, you know, 2.5, 3 years ago. I've been in it with him now for less than that, obviously, because I didn't jump in right away. But there's a lot more that there is to offer at this point in time.
So let me ask you this. Because we're doing more of the lead generation now than we are doing the brokering, for the lead gen part, how much time do you really put into that on a daily basis?
Okay, so what you need to do every day, there's certain things you need to do. You're going to be doing mostly Facebook advertising. You need to, like, you know, watch your ads. Make sure you need to go into Facebook every day, look at your conversion ratio, see what your cost per lead is, and make sure your ad's performing. If an ad's not performing, you're going to want to turn it off, maybe put up a new one. You need to have a business Facebook page. You need to keep up on the page. In the morning also, people are going to send you questions, messages, and then you're going to need to stay up, keep up on comments that are on the page and answer any comments that people have. So that takes a little time, but I would say you could do this business in a couple hours days, tops. A couple hours a day, tops. And that's a lot. I mean, but you could put more time into it if you want. You could work at this 8 hours a day, get more companies to buy leads from you. I mean, there's so much you can do, but you can still make a lot of money just doing this in a short amount of time.
It's funny because we have this conversation a lot when I say, I ask you, what do you tell me what you want to make money doing, and I'll give you something to make money in, right? And
some days it's one thing, some days it's another thing, but,
but there's always ways to make money, and that's what people don't get, and they don't really understand how easy it is to make money online because they don't have the experience, they don't have the knowledge, which I understand, which is what we try to teach people. But all you really need to do is be willing to work, and you can make a killing. And when I say killing, listen, what the average person in America brings home like $2 grand a month. I mean, can you imagine if I told you that you just had to make $2 grand a month? I mean, you'd be like, I don't even really have to work half the time. I don't have to work 90% of the time to make $2 grand a month. That's easy.
And I've been working, I've been working at home for myself since around 2005. I've never gone to work since 2005. And every year I live comfortably. I'm just so you guys know, I'm from New York. I moved to Florida 4 years ago. I live in one of the top areas of Florida, Boca Raton. I'm about to close on another brand new house right now in a couple of weeks. And I don't have to leave my house. I just work out of my house. I get up in the morning, I do my thing, and that's it.
Pretty much every day by 9:30, I hear from you, or you hear from me at least once. And we both know we're just going to be sitting in our house trying to get ready for our day. But that's it, you know. And half the time it's like you're like, oh, I'm running out doing things. I'm running out doing things, and that's the lifestyle. I love the lifestyle that this type of business brings, and that's just working from home in general. It doesn't have to be lead generation. It doesn't have to be anything specific. It's just working from home.
And what's cool is, like, I mean, you guys, especially with what we do, and, like, you know, I mean, there's times where I'm on vacation, Phil's on vacation, and it doesn't matter. You come back, the money's still in your bank account. You bring a computer to wherever you are, you sign on in the morning, you make sure your things are going good, and you go on your vacation the rest of the day. I mean, that's what your life can be like. And I'm just a normal guy. I'm not like different than anybody else. Neither is Phil. Look at us. We're not sitting here in suits and look like we're like, you know, like high profile people on Wall Street. You don't need to be. You know, I'm sitting here in a t-shirt. I'm in Florida in a t-shirt and shorts. That's how I work every day.
And in the winter, I wear a hoodie. I have like 30 of these stupid things, but that's all I wear every single day. A friend of mine, I told you, a friend of mine got fired from his job or laid off, whatever. Came over my house the other day, and he's like, dude, you look like you just woke up. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, this is how I am every single day. I don't need to go anywhere, so what's the point?
Yeah, it's definitely a lifestyle change. And, I mean, it's actually, if you have kids, it's good because they have more time with your kids. I mean, whatever it is, like, right now, it's 2:24 here. My daughter comes home at 3 o'clock. She has a flute lesson. I get to take her to a flute lesson. You know, otherwise, you know, how does it get done? Two people are working. Your kids is there to help the kids. I'm always here to do whatever we need to do, and it doesn't matter if I leave. And I still make more money than most people that are going to their job from 9 to 5.
Right, exactly. You know what it is? I was actually watching an episode of Shark Tank where Mark Cuban said, I would rather work 80 hours a week for myself than, you know, 40 hours a week for someone else. You know, and that's the truth. I don't mind. I'm up till midnight typically. You know, stop working around midnight every night just because I don't mind doing this. I don't mind working harder for myself because I know every dollar I make goes in my pocket, not some corporate bigwig, and I'm just making whatever I make every day.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so for anyone watching this, you know, I just wanted to make this video. I called up Brian. I said, hey, listen, you want to make a quick video kind of just going over the lead gen stuff, the brokering stuff, you know, our daily lives. I personally, like you were saying about vacations, my wife's a vacation freak. I've been on 7 vacations this year alone. My friend that came over the other day, when I told him that, he kind of looked at me all weird. He's like, are you serious? You know, I don't broadcast this stuff to people I know. If you don't know me personally and you don't talk to me frequently, you don't know what I do. You don't know the house I live in. You don't know the cars I drive. You know, I'm a very private person, and you know, very few people know that much about me. But it's you know, that's just a lifestyle. So that's what I love about it.
I'm the only one that knows everything about you.
Yeah. So anyway, so I don't want to bore people and just keep this going. So I guess we'll kind of leave it at this. Anything else you want to bring up?
I just want to say one more thing. If you do decide to work with Phil, you'd probably be working with me also because I do a lot of the work also. But what's good about this opportunity is anything else that we do in the future, because we're always looking at other things as we go along to build on what we're doing. You would be there right with us, and you'll always know what we're doing. There's always more room for more opportunities. So that's just what I want everybody to know that also.
Yeah, that's really true, because you know we sold movie boxes in the past, we've sold different types of training programs in the past, and even just simple lead generation campaigns that we just do on the side that we just test out and just make money in. You know, we obviously broadcast that out to everyone that's working with us and tell them what we're doing and set them up. So anyway, there's always a lot on the horizon. It just depends on how much time and effort you want to put into it, how much money do you want to make, And that's pretty much it. It all comes down to the individual.
That's it.
So, anyway. All right, man. So we'll talk soon. And
all right, cool.
we'll leave it at this.
All right.
All right. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, over and out.